Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining our podcast. This is Terry Maxiner, and I am with Bridge Care Consulting, and our podcast series is called Bridging the Gap of Care, Resources for You who are facing the reality of aging. So I thank you again for joining us, and I get the wonderful opportunity of introducing a colleague of mine, Mike Quirk, and Mike actually is a publisher of a wonderful resource book that I'm going to not steal his thunder and let him tell you about, but it is called The Seniors Blue Book. So thanks, Mike, for being here.
You're welcome. Thanks for inviting me.
You're very, very welcome. So anyway, Seniors Blue Book, how long has this publication been out for us?
Well, Seniors Blue Book actually has been around almost 36 years.
Really?
But
Okay.
not in this market.
Okay.
Originated out of Denver, Colorado. The book was probably about 4 pages, and it was actually founded by a doctor who needed services for his Alzheimer's memory care wife. Couldn't find any services, called the hospitals, etc. So Marion Hirsch took over the book, formed it. Denver's our main office, our big market there, and then we're in about 27 markets across the country now.
Great. Well, the book is a wonderful resource, but I imagine with all that information you have in that book, how often do you guys edit that with places opening and closing?
Sure.
And
The book comes out twice a year.
Okay.
We do it April and October. That's our South edition. Then our North edition, which covers the DuPage area, comes out February and August.
Okay. So, and who keeps track of the latest and greatest news?
Yep. We have 2 production people that just are on the phone, emailing the community resources, the senior housing people, because everybody changes in this industry quite fast. So we have to keep information up to date, pricing, number of rooms, that type of thing.
Great, because it is, with the amount of buildings that we see coming up in practically every corner, people want to know. So, like, chapter by chapter, is it just independent? Is it assisted? What can I look for in that great resource?
Sure. When you go through the book, we have it color-coded and tabbed.
Oh, nice.
It starts off with community resources, which means geriatric care managers like you, advocates for seniors and patients, real estate people, elder law attorneys, anybody that's really working in the senior market, moving specialists, estate clean-out people.
Perfect.
Then we break it down, and our policy is this. If you're licensed by the Illinois Department of Public Health, the IDPH, you're in the book for free. So when you break down the book and you start going through the community resources, it's going to break down into home health agencies, private duty or non-medical, the hospice companies, and then all the different levels of senior housing, which cover independent living, assisted living, memory care, and then the skilled nursing facilities.
Great. So typically in that book, if a senior picks it up, they can find out in my area who services me if I need assisted living or memory care, and I can even get prices in there almost?
That's correct.
Oh,
Yep.
that is great. So the book is great. It's nice and small. It's easy portable. So where do we find it?
You'll find all the books in all the hospitals, of course.
Oh, excellent.
You'll also, we filter them down to the doctor's offices, down to the senior centers, community centers, and in this area here in the south side, we're in about 135 Walgreens stores with the books. In our DuPage book, we're in about 160 Walgreens stores in there also.
That is great. So there's really no reason any senior can get their hands on that book.
Exactly.
Absolutely. So I know another aspect of Seniors Blue Book is the website, and I get a chance to kind of view it as a part of a senior resource for myself, but tell me about the website and what we can all get on there.
Yeah, the website is great. We now have a national database, and in this marketplace here, I print 400,000 books a year. So I get almost 7.2 million hits or views on our website here, just because we have so many books out there. Nationally across the country, like I said, we're in 27 markets, we get about 25 million views. So anybody that's, a matter of fact, I had a phone call today from somebody from Quincy wanting to know if we had a book down there. Well, we don't have a book down there yet, but told them to go on the national database, put in their zip code, what level of housing they want, and it'll come up on a national database also.
Great. So just to let everyone know, the website is www.seniorsbluebook.com, and again, a great resource. As myself as a geriatric care manager and consultant, if I wanted to put an ad in there, how can I do that if I want to get my business previewed?
Sure, you can email me at mike@seniorsbluebook.com, and I can send you out a media kit. Our prices are very, very competitive. A lot of times we'll have early buy-ins for free internet packages and that type of thing, because
Great.
we know people are they're picking up the book and using the book,
Yeah.
but we know
Yes.
as we age in place, the daughters and sons of the seniors are more going to the internet or websites to look at information first,
Right.
then they're using the book.
Yeah,
So-
and sometimes I think it almost should be a reversal because, at least we got area, payment, whether or not it's in my price range, whether it is. And that too would save me the trip of going out there and having this gorgeous tour and say, oh, this is
Yeah,
out of my price
exactly.
range. So anyway, but again, I want to just remind our listeners here that the website for the Seniors Blue Book is www.seniorsbluebook.com. And I can't say enough about the excellent resource it is. I see stacks of them, and I'm thinking, why am I seeing stacks of these books? They should be in every senior's hand.
Right.
So, Mike, I thank you so much for being a part of this podcast, because, again, I think this really is a great tool for folks to use. So I want to thank you so much for listening to our podcast today. Again, I'm Terry Maxiner from Bridge Care Consulting, and you can get information about Bridge Care Consulting. I myself am a dementia educator, a nurse, and an elder care consultant. Information about Bridge Care can be reached at www.bridgecareconsulting.com. And thank you again, Mike.
You're welcome. Thank you.